Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ New Kid, your girl
Sierra Nicole.
back on the channel with another
Kid and C original.
Welcome back to the channel, man. Yeah, you know you did it again. Today we got 5 missing people who eventually turned up alive.
That's
Part
a good
one.
thing.
Part one. Like the show I'm watching, you can never count them out
Never.
until you got a body,
Never.
or some cases.
Anyway, I'm ready to get into these because I want to know what's going on. Who the 5 people are, what happened, where they were. Yeah.
I was just thinking about some cases. I'm
Yeah.
like, which I really ever get about it. But with that being said, man, before we get into this one, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box down below. You already know where to go. If you want to further support the channel, just always check down below. Also, salute to the comment of the day, man.
Salute to you.
We highly appreciate that, man. We highly appreciate our comments over here. So thank you. Thank you very much. But again, today's 5 missing people who eventually turned up alive. The only crazy case I remember in my lifetime was the Holly Bobo case. Mm-hmm. And I used to be like, bro, she gotta be alive. Mm-hmm. But after the years started, I was like, she's not alive. Yeah. And to find out she died, the whole time. Remember that one time it was like she alive, you could find like a blue chicken. And I was like, bro, y'all just crazy. You remember that? Mm-mm. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about, y'all.
5 missing people that turned up alive, Part 1. Number 1. Gabriel Nagy. In Australia, on January 21st, 1987, Gabriel Nagy called his wife from work and told her that he was coming home for lunch. Unfortunately, this was the last time she would ever hear from him. Gabriel's burnt-out car was discovered on the side of the road the following day, and 2 weeks later, money was withdrawn from his bank account in order to purchase camping supplies. Following this final transaction, Gabriel vanished without a trace. In 2010, a full 23 years later, Gabriel Nagy's name appeared on a newly applied for Medicare card, and a police detective who had never given up on the search for him picked up on it. This occurred 2 weeks before an inquest that would have declared him dead. Upon being found, Nagy revealed that his earliest memory was of bleeding profusely from the head, and that he had no recollection of who he was. Over the 2 decades that he was missing, he had given himself a new name, worked odd jobs, and turned to alcoholism before being taken into work as a church caretaker. Nagy applied for the Medicare card to treat a cataract at around the same time that flashes of his real name began to return to him. Ultimately, Nagy said he was relieved that he hadn't been responsible for any crimes, as he always felt he was on the run from something, and was happy to be reunited with his family after 2 decades. Through photographs and talks with his family, Nagy has been able to regain large parts of his memory.
Why that one kind of make me emotional?
That was crazy.
Like,
so technically, he probably was in a bad car wreck.
Yes.
And had head trauma.
Yes.
Escaped the car wreck.
Yes.
But because he had head trauma, he probably thought I was speeding, running away from something. I had a wreck. Man. I don't know what's going on. Let me go.
2 decades though.
That's
like,
a long time.
No memory, nothing of your life. You had a whole family. They think that you were like...
That's scary, bro.
That is crazy.
And,
I'm glad that
she never remarried, never moved on.
I don't think I could either. I could not having answers. No, I can't. I would not be able to. Sorry. You know.
Number 2. Brenda Heist. Mother of 2, Brenda Heist went missing in 2002 after dropping her children off at school. At the time, Heist had been going through a divorce and had just been denied housing assistance. Her husband reported her disappearance after their children came home to an empty house, but in the years that followed, she wasn't found. Heist was declared legally dead in 2010. Unbelievably, in 2013, 11 years after she went missing, Heist resurfaced after going to the police with her story and revealing that she was a missing person. She explained that on the day she disappeared, she was feeling upset and unsure of how she would be able to support her children, and proceeded to cry on a bench at a Pennsylvania park. She was then approached by 3 homeless hitchhikers who comforted her and encouraged her to go traveling with them. She decided to take the opportunity to start a new life and believed that her children would be better off without her. Heist traveled to Florida, where she found herself a new group of friends and had stolen and assumed at least 3 different identities, one of which she stole while working as a housekeeper. She had spent some of her missing decade begging on the streets and living the homeless life, and also spent some time in jail for drug possession. Heist was sentenced to 1 year in jail for violating the terms of her probation after she was caught using someone else's ID during a traffic stop. While Heist's former husband says he forgives her for abandoning the family, her children have turned her away and refuse to have anything to do with her.
And I also thought about this, right? I almost paused it fast. Because I was like, what if they questioned him
I
thought he murdered her?
That would have been sad.
That would have been. And what if he had
been messed up?
And what if he had went to jail for it?
Man, that would have been messed up.
And she was alive the whole time.
That would have been messed up.
And to be honest, that's her reason why her kids probably kind of disown her, is because that was kind of selfish.
What, her behalf?
Yeah, her behalf. That was selfish of you to just
leave your kid, like abandon your kids. Like, I won't be quick to speak on situations because I don't be knowing like people mental. They probably feel like whatever. But dang, that's messed up.
Crazy, man.
Number 3, Natasha Campus. In Austria on March 2nd, 1998, 10-year-old Natasha Campus was kidnapped by Wolfgang Pricklepiel while on her way to school. She was missing for a total of 8 years. While in captivity, Natasha was kept in a windowless, soundproof cellar in her kidnapper's home and was beaten and starved in order to prevent her from escaping. She was also raped repeatedly by her abductor. Pricklepiel warned her that there were explosives in the house's doors and windows, and that he had a gun at hand at all times ready to kill her if necessary. However, as time passed, she was given more and more freedom by her kidnapper, and was eventually allowed to spend time in the rest of the house and go outside. She was even taken on a skiing trip by Pricklepiel, who throughout the period of her captivity also gave her books, newspapers, and a radio that allowed her to educate herself and develop mentally. Natasha Campus emerged back into the public eye on August 23, 2006, when she managed to escape from her captor while she was vacuuming his car and he had to take a phone call away from the noise. Seeing her opportunity, she made a run for it and was able to convince a neighbor to call the police. Since turning up alive, Natasha has inspired multiple books, one of which she has written, and a movie. On the day Natasha escaped, Wolfgang Pricklepiel managed to evade police and took his own life by stepping in front of a moving train near Vienna Northern Station. Natasha now owns the house that she was previously held captive in.
I was thinking the same thing when he that's a coward move.
He was
but
a coward.
That's a kind of, is that weird that she went back in? But also that's the only place she knows.
That's the only place she knows. And
it honestly, might be a comfort for her.
And honestly, I don't even. Well, they didn't say she's staying in it. She just owns it. She probably just bought it and was just like, I wouldn't even, like, it's so much like trauma and just so, I don't even think that. I
couldn't.
I don't know.
Number 4, John Darwin. One day in December of 2007, ex-teacher and prison officer John Darwin walked into a London police station and told officers that he believed he was a missing person. Darwin was last seen leaving the home he shared with his wife 5 years earlier and was spotted on his red kayak in March 2002. Darwin claimed that he had no recollection of anything that had happened to him in the time since he'd gone missing, but appeared to be free from any form of illness. Upon Darwin's initial disappearance, police put in maximum efforts in order to find him, but even the numerous helicopters and boats sent out were unable to uncover any traces of him. Eventually, a paddle which was believed to belong to the kayak was discovered. All hope seemed lost when the wreckage of Darwin's kayak was found in several locations. A year after his disappearance, John Darwin was declared legally dead. His wife, Anne, sold their home and moved to Panama in 2007. It was later revealed that Darwin and his wife had faked his death in order to claim life insurance money, and that he had secretly been living in their home since 2003, using a secret hole behind a wardrobe to move from the family home to a bedsit next door, which they also owned. In 2006, while in Panama, this photo of John and Anne was taken in an estate agent's office, which ended up online and was used as evidence against the couple. Darwin and his wife were both charged with fraud and were ordered to pay back more than £500,000 and were each sentenced to over 6 years in prison.
That's wild, though.
She up there too happy, honey, smelling too hard, knowing that you a criminal. Knowing you up here committing all type of...
The crime was smart. I just think they went about it the wrong way.
The crime was dumb. The crime was dumb. I get what you're saying, but it was still dumb. Like, I'm not about to fake my death, first of all, for no freaking money. Second of all, I'm not about to do that. Second of all, I'm done. I done lost my train of thought. Oh, second of all, what made him even go in and say, I think that I'm a missing person?
That's the thing I want to know.
Was he tired of living?
Or he had Alzheimer's. Or he could have developed Alzheimer's or something.
But it said that...
He'd never had...
It said that it said after doing it, he didn't have...
I need more background on that.
I don't know.
I need more background.
5. Charlie Bothwell. Father Charles Bothwell IV and stepmother Monique Dillard Bothwell reported their 12-year-old son, Charlie Bothwell, as missing on June 14, 2014. Charlie was last seen at the family home in Detroit and was feared to be dead after not being found for over a week. The case sparked a huge police search and garnered national media attention. Charlie's father even appeared on the Nancy Grace news show 11 days after the initial report to spread word about his missing child. However, during the interview, some information about Charlie's whereabouts came to light, which stopped Charles in his tracks.
Getting reports that your son has been found in your basement. Sir?
Look how Nancy looking.
Nancy says, sir.
Nancy look like she ready to jump through that damn
she
bruh.
Like, you got some explaining to do. Did you know?
And I think I did hear about this situation. I think I did hear about this one, dog.
Mr. Bothwell, are you...
What?
Yeah, we are getting reports that your son has been found alive in your basement.
What?
Yes, that's what... If you could hand me that wire very quickly. Yeah, we're getting that right now from how could your son be alive in your basement?
Soon they do this, y'all know they faking. And you think I'm gonna still be sitting there?
That's what I'm about to say, honey. Because if I got that was my child and I got that news baby, honey, get these cords off of me, get this mic, baby. I'm out.
Peace out,
I'm
bro.
out. No.
Nah, that's how I can tell he faking, y'all. He too calm.
I have no idea.
First, what, you serious?
Now, this is just a report that we are hearing out of Detroit that we're trying to confirm.
God,
everybody
please.
in New York, please get on it. Let me know when we get Charlie Langton from WWJ.
We've been on the lookout for him. We searched that entire house repeatedly. The FBI searched, Detroit police searched. We've all searched.
As police were serving a search warrant on the house, the 12-year-old boy was found in the basement behind a pile of boxes. Police claim he was very thin when he was found and had marks on his upper body. Charlie explained to police that he was put in the basement by his stepmother as a punishment, and he was too scared to try and escape. It is alleged that both parents physically abused Charlie and made him engage in an extreme exercise regime. In April 2015, both Charles and Monique were charged with torture and second-degree child abuse. The torture charges were later dropped, and during the trial in January 2016, Charles admitted to physically abusing his son with a PVC pipe. He took a plea deal and was sentenced to 18 months of probation and has to participate in anger management classes.
What?
He has also lost custody of his son and is not allowed any contact with him. It has not been made public what sentence Monique received.
Wow. The last one.
That kind of made me mad, though.
The last one pissed me off.
That kind of made me mad, though. Bro.
And all he got was
18-month probation. Up here sitting, faking in line.
I'm so glad that they researched the house, because he said they had initially already searched it. So I'm glad that they had did a second search. For whatever reason, I don't know if they got like some, I don't know. But I'm
and what
so
y'all
glad
expect?
they
They're probably going to end up killing him.
Oh, that baby.
They're probably going to end up killing him.
I wonder, like, because I didn't catch the year, but I wonder, like, what he's doing now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
man.
crazy.
Man, make sure y'all spam us up in the comment section down below. We're going to have to have this a
The
series.
song, that is. I wonder what the song is. Yeah.
This going to have to be a series, though. For
That's
real,
crazy.
for real. This,
That pissed me off. I want to fight the mama and the stepmama and the daddy.
But let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about this in the comment section down below. This one was wild. Let us know if y'all want part 2 so we can make sure we bring it over here for y'all, man. But as always, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ Kid the City.
Sierra Nicole.
We are. We are, y'all.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.